I want to address a common misconception society has been pushing that has not just damaged a lot of generations, but still holds a high risk of damaging future generations. Society believes that, or they enforce it that, divorce has more adverse side effects on kids, on children, than staying in a toxic marriage. As someone who is a medical practitioner and also into psychology and mind body therapy, I'm here to state for a fact that sometimes divorce is better for the children. I'll tell you three main ways from my experience and from my studies, you know, and from people, clients or patients who I treat. Three main ways I've seen how staying in a toxic marriage affects people even into their old age. Number one, it damages them mentally. It causes mental problem in them. Yes, a child, a boy or a girl who grew up in a toxic home saw how the father or the mother, insult, beat each other, or one parent beating the other parent, either physically, verbally, emotionally, or so. That child will grow up to see that as normal. It will be their normal. And when they grow up, they will expect their partners to put up with such behaviors. This is why you're seeing men on podcasts today saying, our mothers took this, our mothers took that. But you'll be wondering, why can't these people ask themselves simple questions? Or if they were to be in the shoes of their mother, would you have stayed in that situation? No, or now you have the opportunity to do better, but can't do better. You still want to replicate what your father did. In fact, this kind of men, they will do times 10 of what their fathers did to their mothers, to their partners, and expect them to stay. So this is a mental problem. It's actually subconscious. They don't even know that they are damaging their partners and their children. This is how generational causes go from generation to generation. They don't even know they are doing that because that's their normal. That's their normal. They grew up in that and they see it as normal. It will take conscious effort and therapy to help such a man become a good partner or a good spouse and a good father. The second way I've seen, or a woman that watched her mother being abused and all that, and she's taking such from a man. I've even seen rich women. Oh, this is why when I see posts that says women just have money, money stops nonsense, I laugh. Actually, yes, money stops nonsense. Money is good, but what most women need is therapy, especially if you come from a toxic home. You need therapy because even with your money, you can still take shit. Yes, because a woman who watched her mother suffer, her grandmother suffer, her auntie suffer, her sisters, her cousins, we take it as normal that it's normal to eat shit in marriage. You take anything, and her children also see it as normal. And that's how the generational cost will just be going from generation to generation, and all that. So the second way I've seen staying in a toxic marriage affecting people is by in their physical behavior, in their physical character. Psychology will tell you that the first 5 years of a baby's life, of a child's life, is the most important because that is their character and emotional development. If a parent misses that first 5 years, it will take God and therapy. So let's say a child grew up in toxicity, extreme one, parents fighting, cat and rat, but church, mosque, society, everybody will tell them stay together for the sake of the children. Now the children will develop bad character. Let me just say they'll develop bad character. But this bad character is not intentional. They picked it up in order to survive that current toxicity. And if they don't seek therapy in their adulthood, they will keep living as if they are still in that toxicity. So you see how staying in a toxic marriage affect children even into their adulthood, even into their old age. Now, what are some of the character malformation? Number one, because trauma affects the nervous system. So if a child is exposed to toxicity or people are exposed to toxicity, they pick up different reaction to that toxicity. And as at now, psychology have found out 4 ways in which trauma can affect the nervous system. Number one is freeze mode. Children who go you know into freeze mode in order to escape or cope with that trauma, they grow up to be procrastinators. They grow up to be people who cannot make decisions for themselves. They grow up to be out there. Yes. You've seen a lot of adults, they are just there. Move, no. okay, between this and this, which one do you want? It will take them 10 years to make a decision. Yes, they are in freeze mood, and it will take therapy to help those kind of people. The second one is fun mood. Those ones, their nervous system is so collapsed, they cannot stand up for themselves. This kind of people become people pleasers, they become doormats. And this kind of people attract toxic people to them, toxic partners, toxic bosses. They attract bullies and all that than people who can stand up for themselves. And it will take therapy to be able to help them. If not, imagine being a people pleaser or doormat for life. It's not funny. The third way is flight mode. These ones, they are always expecting danger. They are not safe. They are not safe in relationship, in friendship. They are not even safe in their body. They feel something will always come up because they grew up around volatile parents, parents that can just spark and just start shouting for no reason, and they just pick up that flight mood. So they are always expecting danger. So even if this one gets into a healthy relationship, they will self sabotage because they are not used to that peace, calm, and all that. They'll self sabotage. They are not calm. They are not. They are, yes, they look calm, but they always run. These are the type that become avoidant in relationship and all that. They expect the worst, and when the worst don't happen, they spoil it by themselves. Some of them, they know when they are doing it, and some is subconscious or unconscious. They don't even know what when they are doing it. Then the last is the fight mode. This one, they become aggressive. They start trouble just for no reason. Why? Because that's the survival mechanism they picked up while growing in a very toxic and hostile home. They become aggressive. So these are some of the ways staying in a toxic marriage, can affect children, their personal, their behavior or their personality. Then the third one is through their health problems. Yes, in natural medicine, naturopathic medicine, the body is one and indivisible, including the human soul, which houses the emotion. And every disease has an emotional root cause. Now, for people who are in fun flights or in fact all the moods, what this mood will do to you, they keep you in a state of constant stress, especially flights, fight and flights. Yes, and people in this mood are prone to cancer. They come down with cancer very easily. So imagine staying in a marriage thinking you are doing it for the sake of your child, and no, maybe years down the line your child will come down with cancer in the future because of the kind of toxicity you expose them to. People with fun mood or freeze mood, those ones that cannot speak up for themselves, they are procrastinators, they are doormats and all that. They usually come down with thyroid problems. Yes, come down with thyroid problems, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, Hashimoto's disease, and all that. A lot. So sometimes or most times, it's better, safer, easier, and cheaper to leave because of the children than to stay because of the children. Thank you.